Hey everybody, Rickles here, and welcome to episode 2 of Let's Play Need for Speed Prostreet. That sounded really monotone, I'm sorry. Okay, so, to anybody who's watching this series as it comes out, I have some explaining to do. Because the last time I saw you guys was about 2 months ago? Where do I start? I mean, just life. You know, sometimes you just don't really want to do anything, and you just sit around and don't do anything productive. Sometimes you just don't have time for it, you think, or, you know, just life gets in the way, I guess, is the TLDR of that mess that I just said prior. Next one, motivation. I had a lot of motivation going into this project, but after I crunched twice in a row, oh my god, I crunched for the reveal trailer. I basically have no knowledge in Blender, and yet I decided to do that. I decided to make like a physics-based destruction thing with like the logo of the game in Blender, and I had to port the car. I wasn't able to rig it because I'm an idiot, but you know, hey, it looks acceptable, I'd say, for someone who isn't too terribly experienced in Blender, and also only gave himself, I think it was like 3 weeks, I think, with only, if I'm being honest, about 1 week like worth of work, like 1 week, as in putting in a couple hours in that week every day. So I only gave myself like 15-20 hours, I'd say, on that, starting from scratch, including like porting models and stuff. And it was a lot more ambitious originally, but oh my god, like even in its more simplified version, which was just a black background, the car, and the logo, it absolutely knocked the wind out of my sails. Well, it poked a bunch of holes, but the first episode, wow, yeah, that knocked the wind right out of my sails. So ever since that conundrum, the game hasn't properly functioned up until today. Actually, I installed it, I think it was yesterday or the day before of this, before this recording, and I only just properly patched it, you know, to make the game properly work on modern PCs and, you know, some extra little knickknacks that'll be useful and helpful later on. So yeah, I mean, I'm feeling a little fired up. I've got a few other projects going on now, you know, things are moving along. I do have my motivation again. I don't know how long it'll last, so we'll see. Okay, now that we have that all out of the way, I realized that the reason why the game kept crashing may have been because of corrupt save games. I was moving save games around from like different versions of Prostreet, so that was likely the cause, to be honest, and I feel stupid for it, meaning that I had to replay the beginning of the game, which was fun. Oh yes, you're watching just a little bit of footage right now sped up. It was lovely. I remembered why I love this game and why I sort of don't like this game. But my personal pros far outweigh the cons, so we're doing good. This episode, because I've had to explain to everyone why there hasn't been an episode 2, we'll likely only do one episode, we'll likely only do one race, or one event, which is Challenge Nevada Battle Machine. So here we go, I guess. Oh wow, oh, okay.
Alright, welcome to Battle Machine. This is your first challenge weekend. Challenges are the true test of your skills. No need to bring your whip, Battle Machine is providing all of them. Just don't ask where they got them, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, to level the playing field, every car has been hand-tuned equally. The cars are ready, all you gotta do is drive. If you wreck, you do not have to sweat the repairs. Yo, Battle Machine mechanics will fix any damage you take. Up to a point. If you total a car, it's done for the whole weekend. You total all your cars, and you're heading home, homie. The only rule you need to remember is that winning isn't enough. You gotta dominate. You earn points by racing. The better you do, the more points you get. Earn enough points and you'll dominate the weekend. Manage to get that far without totaling out and you'll walk away with a new ride.
Okay, I don't think he's ever mentioned totaling to us. So let me quickly explain totaling your car damage. So there's technically I think 3 levels of damage: light damage, heavy damage, and totaled. Light damage is basically cosmetic. So if you just love tap someone, you'll probably get light damage. I think it takes off like 500 points, which isn't very much. And the repairs are, you know, less than $1,000. So yeah. Light damage is to be expected, honestly, unless you're just dedicated to not damaging your car. Heavy damage, you need to land quite a few heavy hits on your car, or a really fast run-in with a wall. And totaling only comes in if you do that to a heavily damaged car again, running it into a wall or another car, or rolling it. Now, rolling a car has very specific conditions. You need the car to come in contact with the world at an angle that exceeds its 90 degrees. So basically, anything more than on its side, and if it hits anything when it's more over than its side, it's instantly totaled. And totaling a car really hurts the bank. Now, if you know you're about to crash, you can kind of save scum and restart the race and all that to avoid paying damages. And I've done that every single playthrough of this game. So for this one playthrough, and probably maybe for more in my future, I will not be doing that. If I total the car, it is my fault and I am going to swallow that pill. Alright. Sorry for talking over you. I think it's still Big J? I think it's still DJ Big J talking. So we'll get going. Okay, and we've also been loaned cars, which, let's have a look at what cars we have, so... Okay. Oh, we don't have blueprints for them. Great, okay, so we have the Golf GTI, the Cobalt SS. Hideous, that does not look good, wow. Ooh. And the Civic. Okay, I mean, I don't know what I expected. I mean, front-wheel drive drag racing cars, am I right? Like, jeez. Okay, here we go. We'll start off top-bottom, I guess. Here we go. Grip Race Golf GTI.
Okay, grip races have a ton of different types, but generally, they're all about being the fastest car on the track. Grip races feature a bunch of drivers. All of them are gunning for the win, which makes for some dangerous moments. Fast reaction times will keep you in the race. When you're coming into tight corners, use the arrows and driving lines to pick the key spots to apply the brakes. Look for chances to pass other drivers, but try not to put yourself in a bad situation by passing in unsafe areas. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say, rubbing is racing and all that. You can intimidate the other drivers by trading paint with them. Be careful how much contact you make though, because your car gets damaged as well. The more damage you take, the more engine damage you take, which makes winning that much tougher. If you take too much damage, you risk even totaling your car, so be careful.
Okay, a very fair matchup. Oh. Alright. Alright, here we go. Damn. Alright, I've only played a little bit, so hopefully I'll do okay. Oh! Okay, maybe that was a little too small of a gap there to fit through. Okay, let's try to go up the inside here. No, he's gonna be a little too... He's being a little defensive here. Oh, he got the better run because I ran into his back. I won't use any NOS right now. I think we'll go for a dive. Now, I want to stress, since that was so easily done, that I am on what is technically the hardest difficulty, which is Assist King, which means no assist. I've even also turned off traction control and electronic stability. I've left ABS on because, well, if I'm being honest, if you are doing this kind of racing, you probably want ABS no matter the age of your car. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. Oh, it's only 2 laps, sweet. Okay, we're kind of creaming the competition right now, which may unintentionally be a thing for a while, to be honest. Oops, okay, my bad. I just downshifted by accident. I got used to the default controls because I forgot to change them for the first race, so I was dealing with the infamous Need for Speed black box trademark. Use the right stick up and down to shift gears as if you're throwing up and down, you know, a manual shifter. Which, you know, it felt good actually, but I'm a fan of Y and B on my Xbox controller, to be honest. Haven't used NOS yet. Let's pop NOS. Oh, I forgot again. Sorry. What's NOS? There it is. Okay. Popping some juice. All right. Well, we clapped them easy. Sub 1 minute time. All right. Good stuff. Oh, I actually didn't do any damage. Look at that. Nice. I even got $1,800, which will be very handy. Early game cash is actually it's a little tough.
We got a couple drivers fresh from the streets, you know, keeping it real. I mean, literally, they're probably out last night tearing it up. Just because you got in the streets, though, doesn't mean automatically you bring in your battle machine. Track proven, race ready, you gotta bring it. We're gonna see how far they can actually take it. Excuse me. No, I'm trying to announce here. Yeah, give me. All right. Okay. There we go.
Okay. I forget. I always thought that the DJs have like a limited amount of like talk time, but I swear it takes too long. All right. I think this is a. I don't think I explained it. I think this is a time attack. Yeah, it's a time attack. So you start in neutral for some reason. I have no clue why. Actually, no. I guess it makes sense you start in neutral. So you start in neutral, so you have to always shift up when you immediately start. And, I mean, you know, it's time attack. You just drive the fastest. A good indicator if you're doing good is that you're passing the other enemies, passing the other drivers on, like, turn 3. Like, okay, well, I'm just saying, we're doing good. Yo, BBS is a good sponsor. There's actually a lot of sponsors. It's EA, so, like, there's a lot of sponsors everywhere. Edelbrock, Brembo. But, I mean, it adds to the atmosphere. It adds to, like, the professionalism of this, the racing scene that this game is trying to portray, which is, I don't know, I really enjoy it. Excuse me, sorry, I'm just gonna have to borrow some paint, you know, 1-for-1 trade, thank you. Okay, already sub 1 minute. I think if we just pop NOS, we can get a sub 55 here. Oh my god. So one thing that we'll see way later on, once we get to an event called Speed Challenges, the sense of speed is, in my opinion, one of the best in the games, in the Black Box series. I can't say for certain about Ghost or Criterion's versions of renditions, or sorry, Criterion's or Ghost iterations of Need for Speeds, but Black Box did good on the feeling of speed, the sensation of speed. And a lot of it is the camera shake. Ooh, ouch! I am sorry. Little V-dub bumpers hanging off on the left there. I know that some people out there, oh god, I cannot switch gears, okay. I know that some people out there are not a fan of the camera shake, but I think it takes away from the feeling of the speed in this game a little too much, so I do apologize if that's something that turns you away from the series, but I find that just kind of takes away from the feeling of Prostreet personally, in my opinion, so I'm choosing to leave it on for this series. Okay, well, I mean, I had enough things to talk about to fill in the gaps, I guess. Also, I don't know why I didn't mention this, but look at that, we almost went sub 50. With another $1,800 in our pocket.
Oh, and now here's a dude who needs no
Oh god.
That's Yoshi Suzuki from Toge Union. In the 350Z,
yes.
Yoshi
Alright.
practically invented Onigyan, or Demon Camera. So if you're a fan of the super wide wheels with tires stretched crazy thin, you can thank him. Definitely look out for him today.
Yeah, okay, so...
Check it out.
Okay, you know what? No, I'm sorry, okay? Just stop talking. God damn
Track
it.
tournaments are all about posting the fastest times. Tournaments consist of multiple runs on the track, right? So, while you're only going to see one driver line up next to you, remember, there are a gang of other dudes competing too. Okay, to post fast times, you're going to need to heat your tires to the perfect temp. And you're going to do this in the staging area before each round. The goal in staging is to build as much grip as you can. You're going to do this by holding your RPMs within the perfect staging zone as shown on the tag. The more grip you get in staging, the more traction you're going to get going down the 1320. Alright, this is important, homie, so listen up. Watch for the start signal and time your first shift to get a perfect launch. If you jump the gun, you'll be disqualified, so be careful. Nailing a shift in the perfect shift zone means you go faster and have a better chance to win. Hey, don't redline your car for too long or it'll totally grenade your engine, which will hurt your chances to win the tournament and it'll hurt your wallet. For an added challenge, why don't you try using the clutch and racing with a manual transmission.
You know, I just realized something. He said running down the 1320 or whatever. Wait, so is a quarter of a mile like 13 and 20 feet? I'll confirm it on the screen here in post. Because that would make a lot of sense now that I think about it. It makes a lot of sense. Okay. I mean, here goes nothing. I have a feeling that it is now that I really think about it, but okay.
Okay, we're coming at you up close and personal this first break. Do not get out of those seats. If you like what you see, I want to hear about it. Get ready to make some noise for these drivers. Come on, guys, we're here.
Okay, so you want to keep the RPMs in the green, and the way you're supposed to mash the gas button over and over again. You're supposed to pump the gas over and over.
This is the jump off.
Oh god. Okay. Oh no. Can I? Oh god. Okay. Okay. So what I did, in case you're wondering why we were looking at the car's front end, look behind is bound to my right stick, and I thought that was a good idea. No. Let me bound it to the right stick, click, and save. Okay, I should be able to salvage this run, so... Okay, you know what? Here goes nothing. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, that's a rotten start. Oh. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was terrible. So... you can kind of like anticipate the go, so you can kind of cheese it a little bit by immediately mashing the pedal just moments before you're actually supposed to start moving. So here we go. I don't know what we're sleeping on. I think we're not sleeping on Joe Tackett. Joe Tackett's pretty formidable, I guess. Sure. Okay, so we want to line up with the green on the right here. And I think I demonstrated it pretty well what I meant. Okay, I'm botching these gear shifts though. Okay. I'm not used to the game just yet, so. Alright. 12-7's not bad. Don Barry, no, okay, it wasn't who I just mentioned, Joe Tackett. Actually, no, okay, never mind, we're scoring good, we're running 12s on a Cobalt, so I mean, you know.
Like a rock, we got a bow tie battle, 2 Chevys. Yo, this one's gonna be like a hurricane going up against an earthquake.
Oh, a bow tie battle, oh.
Oh yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire. Smoke.
There's a lot of good banner coming out of the DJs. I've never noticed that up until now. The stuff is awfully nice to hear. Let's see if we can go to 4th here, NOS instead. No, that's not the NOS button, I'm stupid. Okay, we still made up ground a little bit. 12-5 instead of 12-7-6, I think. On the money, what can I say? Hey, we didn't blow up the engine either. We over-revved it just a little bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's a Chevy. They're built to last. Yeah, sure. All right, dominated.
And we got nothing. Nothing but madness.
Is he gonna keep talking? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm always gonna pick the middle one as my first one. I will always pick the middle card. That's always kind of been my thing. I always pick the middle item. So here we go. Let's find out what it is. Wow, 75 in cash. Choose a car as your reward. Now, I must really appreciate. I have to thank the two of you for voting. Which, okay, sounds a little, I don't know, depressing that only sadly 2 viewers voted, but the 2 people who voted, I think unanimously decided that it's going to be the Honda Civic today. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely the Honda Civic. So we're taking the Honda Civic home today. A Cal de Galso. Yeah, that one's a good one too. Alright. Let's head to our garage and look at our winnings. Lovely. So in this game, when you win a car from one of those challenge events, you take the car home as is. And even though I didn't show off the Honda Civic, it was a drag racing vehicle. So you bring it home as a drag racing vehicle. Now, if you were to create a new blueprint, it's still under like drag racing. But if you were to change mode with X there in the bottom right, you would proceed. Actually, I'll do that right now. And you'll see that you can change the mode that it operates in, or it changes what discipline it plays in. Except for drift mode, because it's front-wheel drive, so, you know, that's not exactly gonna work out too well for a front-wheel drive car. Now, I have to kind of explain what the votes, like what the poll sort of was. So, the top vote was like democracy time, and then there was like money or something, and maybe like angry communism noise. Yeah, angry communism noises. People like angry communism noises, so okay, yep. Thank you. I appreciate you voting, even though that's supposed to just be like a, you know, a pop-up card just to tell you that you can vote. I think the first one was VTech kicked in, yo or no. I thought that was pretty clever, but the people wanted VTech. Well, the 2 of you wanted VTech. I think. Oh, that's my mouse. Sorry. Get out of here, mouse. Mouse? No. Okay. I think the next one was. The next one was better than a Skyline, which of people chose not, and that one's a little bit harder to slightly explain, but people, I guess not really around here, but just kind of like North American culture slightly, looked at the rear end of the Cobalt and is like, hey, that looks terribly familiar. Those taillights, you know, they look like they took inspiration from somewhere, but I can't really put my tongue on it. You know, it's at the tip of my tongue. I can't quite put my lips on it, you know? And also, on the Nürburgring, I believe the Cobalt actually ran around the Nürburgring faster than the Skyline, which was what that was the reference there, which is, oh wow, yeah, that's a really obscure one. I'll get into that in just a moment. And the last one, the title was something something, and then the 2 options were in Japanese, which were poorly Google translated. I believe the first option was Double Crash, which is an Initial D reference, and one of the sort of antagonists, what is his name? Shoji Shingo? Something like that. He drives a red right-hand drive EG Civic, and he tries to kill the protagonist. Yeah, I mean, he actually does try to kill the protagonist by driving him off the mountain. And instead, he crashes right into the guardrail and screws up his EG. And the one on the bottom, I think, is just said like Fat American or something. Probably America, whatever fat is in Japan. Japanese, sorry. So, there you go. They were probably a little stupid. You know what? No, they're straight up, they were stupid. They were really bad, and I apologize profusely. So, my bad. I think they'll be quite a bit more easier because that was simply a little too difficult. It was a little too stupid. Okay, so I feel like we're probably over time. It's been a lot of recording today, so just for this one episode. Yeah, okay, I'll leave you with the voting. So, what you're voting for today, folks? We can head north to Battle Machine Willow Springs Raceway, or we can head south to Battle Machine Chicago Airfield. Vote now. Where do you guys want to go? Willow Springs Raceway or Chicago Airfield? And with that, I thank you for joining me and coming along to the end of episode 2 of Need for Speed Prostreet. I'm not going to promise you guys that episode 3 will come out in due time. It'll come out, okay? Don't trust me on this one. It'll arrive. You guys will see it. See you guys next time for episode 3 of Need for Speed Prostreet.